Interpol released an advisory on behalf of the Colombian authorities, stating they were looking for López.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be looking at some of the most wanted criminals yet to be apprehended by law.
Although Ivan and Jesús Alfredo Guzmán Salazar were officially sanctioned Monday by the Treasury Department and are now wanted men.
Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. Also known as El Mencho, this crook is one of Mexico's most infamous criminal lords.
This is where Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, or El Mencho, comes onto the scene. El Mencho had been working in the narco trade since he was a teenager, crossing back and forth between Mexico and the US.
He's in charge of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a horrific cartel based in western Mexico. This has made him the country's most wanted figure, with America offering a $15 million reward for information that would lead to his capture, and Mexico offering $16 million.
This symbol of his global drug conglomerate, the $10 million reward for El Mencho's arrest, has just been increased to $15 million.
Cervantes first took charge of the cartel in 2010 and has been increasingly wanted since. Authorities have no idea where he is. They believe he could be in Jalisco, but travels so frequently, he's almost impossible to pin down.
All of these moves by the feds aimed at public enemy number one himself, whom authorities say is personally responsible for the ongoing carnage in Mexico and hundreds of deaths.
Ryan James Wedding. If you're a fan of the Winter Olympics, you might remember snowboarder Ryan Wedding, who competed at them in 2002. He only came in 24th, so he wasn't the best of his generation.
Once an Olympic snowboarder from BC, now one of the FBI's most wanted.
You could argue that this contributed to his descent into becoming a wanted fugitive. In the mid-2000s, he began buying and selling narcotics, which got him sentenced to 4 years behind bars in 2010.
He's someone who needs to be brought to justice because this won't be the end.
After gaining his freedom, he returned to crime and is, at the time of writing, one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. The reward for helping capture him currently stands at $10 million. They believe he fled to Mexico and is protected by the Sinaloa cartel, where they call him El Jefe.
The hope is that $10 million bounty will also help put an end to a decade-long manhunt.
Fausto Isidro Meza Flores. The Beltran Levia organization is another Mexican organized crime syndicate. They were originally run by 5 brothers, and one of their right-hand men was Fausto Isidro Meza Flores, also called El Chapo Isidro.
They're also accused of heinous crimes ranging from kidnapping and extortion to torture and murder.
Now he runs a gang called Los Mazateclos, based in Mexico's west coast. The last time he was publicly seen was in 2013 at a kids' basketball game in northeastern Mexico. 12 years later, the FBI added him to their list of 10 most wanted fugitives. They're also offering a reward of $5 million for information that'll lead to his arrest, so they're getting increasingly eager to capture him.
And we encourage anyone with information about his whereabouts to contact the FBI and help us add Meza Flores to the list of dangerous fugitives we've brought to justice together.
Giovanni, Vicente, Mosquera, Serrano. Helping the FBI capture this next criminal could earn you up to $3 million.
The FBI says Serrano is second in command of Tren de Aragua, a violent gang that organized in a Venezuelan prison.
Serrano is a Venezuelan gang leader who became one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives in June of 2025. He's allegedly one of the primary leaders of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. The entire gang was designated as a foreign terrorist organization by Donald Trump early into his second term.
He is facing federal charges out of the Southern District of Texas for international drug trafficking and providing material support to a foreign terrorist organization.
While they were founded in Venezuela, they've spread across huge parts of both North and South America. They can be found as far south as Chile and as far north as the United States, making them a huge issue for 2 entire continents.
We definitely see that there are connections between TDA members here and TDA folks overseas, which is what's part of this indictment.
Dawood Ibrahim. Our next entry is another gang leader, this time based in India.
The most wanted criminal, Dawood Ibrahim, reportedly heads the Indian organized crime syndicate D Company, which he founded back in the 1970s in Mumbai.
Crime syndicate D Company was formed in the 1970s by Dawood Ibrahim. who has still never been captured after half a century of leading the gang. He's believed to have been responsible for the abhorrent 1993 Bombay bombings.
The single-day attack resulted in 257 casualties and 1,400 injuries.
The reward for helping capture him is an incredible $25 million. They believe he currently lives in Karachi, Pakistan, but their government claims this is a lie. Some sources state that Ibrahim collaborated with Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, destabilizing the region further with the collusion of such great evils.
India has repeatedly asked the government of Pakistan to hand over Dawood Ibrahim to India so that he can be prosecuted for all those crimes committed by him.
Wilver Villegas Palomino. This fugitive was born in Colombia and has been one of the FBI's most wanted men since 2023.
And today, I'm announcing that we're adding a fugitive the Houston office has nominated to the top 10 most wanted list.
FBI Director Christopher Wray discussed this fugitive, 41-year-old Wilver Villegas Palomino.
He's one of the most powerful members of the National Liberation Army, a radically left-wing guerrilla group. They've been fighting in support of communism since 1964. It's not just politics they care about, but also smuggling narcotics, as these criminal organizations often do.
He's also involved in kidnapping, money laundering, weapons trafficking, and even ordering assassinations.
The reward for helping capture him is currently at $5 million, and no one has any clear idea where he might be found. They believe Palomino has been a prominent member since 2000, so he's evaded capture for a huge length of time.
I am told possible leads on Palomino's current whereabouts could come from near or far, and up to $5 million is being offered for information leading to his arrest and or conviction.
Ruja Ignatova. OneCoin is a cryptocurrency that has been described as one of the most fraudulent schemes in history.
People were being promised huge profits if they invested in an apparently new cryptocurrency called OneCoin and then talked their friends and family into doing the same. The problem was, OneCoin didn't exist.
Not only was it a Ponzi scheme, but it was also a pyramid scheme. Some metrics believe it took over $4 billion. The majority of perpetrators were arrested, barring Ruja Ignatova, who has been on the run since 2017.
Dr. Ruja Ignatova has just been added to the FBI's top 10 most wanted fugitives list, making her now one of the most wanted women in the world.
The FBI has offered $5 million if you can help find her. All we know is that she got on a flight to Athens in 2017, and afterwards, it's almost like she left the Earth. For all we know, she might not even be alive anymore, but there's no hard evidence for this.
Even when Dr. Ruja is finally caught, maybe that's the moment it'll all be over, and that is why finding her is so important.
Jesús Alfredo Guzmán Salazar. The Sinaloa Cartel is one of the most infamous cartels in global history.
Jesus, known as Alfredo, is believed to be at the top of the heap and under indictment here in Chicago, charged with trafficking and conspiracy.
They're based in Culiacan, western Mexico, and were previously run by Joaquin Guzmán, aka El Chapo. He was arrested years ago, but his sons are still at large. The one the DEA wants to get their hands on most is Jesús Alfredo Guzmán Salazar. They call him Alfredo, and they believe he currently runs the cartel. If you help capture him, then the offered reward is $10 million.
A staggering $10 million reward is now being offered for each of them.
He's been on the DEA's most wanted list since 2018 and somehow still manages to evade capture. Yulan, Adonay, Archaga, Carias. The MS-13 originated in Los Angeles in the 80s, but they're now based across most of North and Central America.
The FBI says he should be considered armed and extremely dangerous.
We don't know for certain who leads it, but the FBI believes it's Yulan Carias, one of their most wanted fugitives since 2021.
It's rare to see this big of a reward.
Being on the top 10 list, that's usually reserved for the Osama bin Laden.
They think he leads the group from Honduras, where he supplies his American members with nefarious items. The reward for helping capture him was initially $100,000, but it was raised to $5 million in February 2023. MS-13 is another group that Trump declared a foreign terrorist organization, making them a major target of U.S. authorities.
While he's believed to be in Honduras, where he is now is anyone's guess.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications. Pedro López. The final entry on our list is one of the most savage serial killers to ever live.
It seemed impossible that one man could have carried out so much violence. If López was telling the truth, he'd rank among the most prolific serial killers in history.
His name is Pedro López, but he is better known by his nickname, the Monster of the Andes. Low estimates claim he has killed 110 people, but he admits to ending over 300 lives.
López, it seemed, hoped to gain a twisted kind of immortality.
Esto queda en la historia, ¿sí o no? Si me van a pasar al panteón, yo estoy muy joven para morir.
After wreaking havoc upon Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia, he was arrested in 1980, convicted, and sentenced to 16 years in prison. In 1994, he was released after serving a fairly short sentence for such monumental cruelty. He was deported to Colombia and stayed in a mental hospital for a few years. In 1998, he was considered sane and released. He went missing in 1999, and some believe he's still out there killing.
He went back into the countryside he knew so well, to the killing ground where he had found so many victims. That was the last time anyone reported seeing Pedro Alonso López.
Were there any particularly nefarious criminals we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments section.
For the first time, cartel kingpin El Mencho tonight is a $15 million man.